Hello, my name is Safia Suleiman Humud. I live here on Zanzibar Island.
The island of Zanzibar lies off the east coast of Africa. Sophia comes from an ancient people who have always lived from the sea and have been trading for centuries with Arabia. Her people are a mixture of African and Arab races and follow the religion of Islam. It's the growing and selling of spices that has made Zanzibar famous, attracting people from all over the world, and why it is called the Spice Island. Sophia is 13 years old and has lived in Zanzibar all her life. The beach is quite near her home, and she comes here with her friend Selama.
I love coming to the beach. Salama and I have fun here, and we laugh a lot. We get on really well together. Many tourists come to Zanzibar these days, and that's good because they bring money to our island. Some of the tourists like our traditional arts, like hand painting, and Salama is very good at doing this. Right now, I'm trying to learn hand painting, and Salama is a good friend, so she doesn't mind teaching me.
Rafiki ni kitu kizuri kwa sababu ukiwa na rafiki.
Friendship is a very good thing because if you have a friend, your life can be better and easier. Whatever you ask a friend, they will try to do for you. For instance, if they get a better job than you, they help you. One thing I like about Zanzibar is that you can buy all kinds of foods. Here in the market, there are so many sorts of vegetables and fruits that you can find something different every day. This morning, I have come here with my aunt Shabapi because we need to buy vegetables for making our lunch. Food is very important to us Zanzibaris. We always check carefully before we choose what to buy. We live out here in the countryside. Most of our neighbors, like us, farm the land. The soil is very fertile, so we can make quite a good living, even though no one lives in luxury. Also, people are nice here, and it's a safe place. Here on our family farm, we grow spices of all different kinds. Today my uncle and I are harvesting the cloves. We know they're ripe when they turn slightly red. At this time of year, we also harvest the cinnamon. Foreigners are always surprised to see that it comes from the bark of a tree. We grow other spices like black pepper, but this is still green and so it's too early to harvest. And the cardamom is not yet ready because it's still in flower. This plant we call lipstick. It's used for coloring food. But we find other things to do with it. We use spices every day in our cooking, and today it's my job to grind them up. We're making one of the most popular dishes here in Zanzibar, what we call pilau. It's made with vegetables and rice, and lots of spices and strong flavors.
Viungo kwenye chakula ni vizuri kwa sababu ikiwa chakula kijatoa mfano mchuzi.
We put spices in our food because, for example, in a curry, if you don't add spices, it won't have any taste. And vegetables like cassava leaves must have some spices and lemon or mango added. Otherwise, they're tasteless. In Zanzibar, many people live in large families. My grandfather is head of our household. Then this is my father. And this is my little brother Halife. My uncles also live here. Right now, they are preparing some baskets of spices which we will sell. Most of the ingredients have now gone into our pilau. The last one is the rice. Finally, we put some burning embers on top of the pot and leave the pilau to cook so the spices can develop their full flavor. The best part of making a pilau is eating it. I eat together with all my female relatives. Our tradition is that the men eat separately. That way we can all have a good gossip. Zanzibar is a very traditional country, but we still have a lot of modern things, like television. I like to watch the programs because I want to be a TV presenter when I grow up. In our household, we all have work to do. I often serve in the family shop, where we sell food and also a lot of the spices that we grow. Everyone in Zanzibar uses spices in their cooking, so we always do a good trade. There are many mosques in Zanzibar, because most of us here are Muslims. As well as going to ordinary school, I also go to a special Muslim school that we call a madrasa. Here we learn from our holy book, the Quran, and chant religious songs. I like my religion because the Almighty God said for all the people to be Muslims, to say our prayers, to study the Quran, and not to be Christians. This week is a special time in Zanzibar because it's festival time. So Salam and I are going into town to see what's going on. This procession is the first we've had in our town for many years. And it's also the first I have ever taken part in. After going through the old town, the parade finishes back at the seafront. Everyone has had such a good time that they're already thinking about another parade for next year. But it's not the end of the celebrations, because now there's a special display of our traditional boats, which we call dhows. Dhows are very important to our life in Zanzibar. We use them for fishing and for trading goods like spices to the mainland and to other countries. In fact, without dhows, life would be almost impossible in Zanzibar. We also think they are the most beautiful boats in the world. I like living in Zanzibar because it is a peaceful country and the weather is very good. It's not cold or too hot like other countries. For example, in Arabia it is too hot, and in Western countries it is too cold. At the end of the day, we all come to the night market at the seafront. The food is very good here, and sometimes it's nice to eat something you haven't cooked yourself. I love Zanzibar. We have everything we need here, and we have the spices to make our food taste so good. Nowhere else will you find spices like ours.